iPhone. If we heard the word iPhone, what do we usually think? A lot of people would think quality, expensive, and luxury. Well, if this was 2016, they wouldn't be wrong. So, what happened? You are in luck. We are explaining the prime and the downfall of iPhone, aka Apple. A sub to a channel will win a gazillion dollars. Shit, that was probably corny as shit. But anyways, hit that like and subscribe button. This is my first video. This account still not has any subscribers. So yeah, let's get started. It all started with my boy, my goat, Steve Jobs, created something that will change the entire world. The iPhone 2G disappears out of midair. In all seriousness, this phone did change the world forever. I'm not even kidding. This is legitimately the revolutionary of technology back then. In 2007, of course. Although I wouldn't say iPhone takes the title of the first phone to have a touchscreen display. But considering Apple is the same company that made the iPod, which is very popular in the USA, it would be common sense that the iPhone would look more appealing in regular consumers. Apple logo, you know what I'm saying?
Let's skip a few generations and get to the good part. The iPhone 11 Pro Max, this is where Apple made the iconic triple diagonal camera setup. Funny enough, this shit got flamed for its design when it got leaked. This phone absolutely dominated the market in 2019, because other brands like Samsung and Xiaomi still looks like this in that same year. And also, iPhone 11 Pro Max chipset destroys the Snapdragon 855 and Exynos 9820 due to how optimized and efficient it is. The efficiency of the A13 Bionic is one of the reasons why. The iPhone 11 Pro Max dominated other brands in terms of battery performance, despite having a significantly smaller battery. Even though these Android's products offers a better camera hardware on paper, they don't do shit against real-time comparison, especially in video performance. As you can see at the chart, Apple practically dominated the market, although this would be just an exchange of blow for blow between Apple and Samsung dethroning each other every year.
Okay, let's skip 1 year of generation. May I present the iPhone 13 Pro Max.
This is where I would actually say the peak of iPhone, mainly because they added a lot of things this phone deserved. Quick sidetrack. In 2021, which is the same year iPhone 13 Pro Max was released, these phones called Tech Enthusiast's Phone was starting to earn their name. Keep this sentence in mind, because later on it will be important on iPhone's downfall. These Tech Enthusiasts phones are phones that matched tech reviewers' high standards, which means it's either bang to a buck or the perfect phone. Not to mention all of these phones are from China! These tech enthusiast phones are the Vivo X60 from Vivo, Oppo Find X6 from Oppo, Xiaomi 11 Ultra from Xiaomi, and OnePlus 9 from OnePlus. But keep in mind, tech reviewers are very unloyal and picky, which means if a phone with a different brand suddenly releases a phone with an absurd hardware, they will immediately switch up to that brand. Also, tech reviewers are a very small group, and since they're unloyal, they are very hard to satisfy, and they are barely a thing on a phone brand's market share. So as part of Apple's monopoly, they wanted to catch the eyes of regular consumers instead. These regular consumers are the ones that doesn't know about tech and only sees the name and numbers. So back on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, this time Apple locked in and added a ton of new features. For fuck's sake, they finally added 120 refresh rate on their screen, so it's now buttery smooth. They also made the main sensor bigger and made their aperture wider with 1.5, so night shots will look more brighter and less noisy. They also introduced new photography features like Pro RAW and Pro Res, which uses the maximum capability of both its photography and videography. To be fair, this isn't all fancy and new. Samsung S21 Ultra literally has a whopping 10 times optical zoom that can zoom in 100 times digitally, which is absurd considering its time. While iPhone 13 Pro Max only has 3 times optical that can zoom in only 15 times digitally. And what about Xiaomi with its Xiaomi 11 Ultra that has whole screen on the back and has the ability to zoom in 120x digitally? Wow! But somehow, after the iPhone 13 Pro Max was released worldwide in September to October, it managed to climb and dethrone Samsung even without these fancy hardware technology. As you can see in this chart,
So there's probably one question you might ask. How? Despite having an inferior hardware technology, how does Apple manage to make their phone come on top? Well, to be fair, Apple's technology isn't really inferior. There are parts where they have an advantage, especially in their chipset. Well, same story as the iPhone 11 Pro Max and its A13 Bionic chipset, the iPhone 13 Pro Max and its A15 Bionic chipset is heavily optimized and full of efficiency with its battery. If we compare it to the other competitors like the Snapdragon 888 Plus, it pretty much just destroys the competitors, mainly because of how optimized it is.
also Snapdragon 888 Plus suffered from overheat, to the point tech reviewers once crowned it as hottest chipset. Wish I was that hot. Not even kidding. This thing went above 50 degrees while only filming 4K videos. To be fair, A15 Bionic also overheats, but not to that extent. And also at this time period, iPhone is currently notorious for its video camera quality, as people describe it almost movie quality.
How about today? Or at least currently in 2026.
We got iPhone releasing this. To be fair, this isn't bad. But considering we got Chinese phone brands releasing monstrosity like these, iPhone will look childish compared to those.